Welcome to the parody, where we tally up the victims and all our favorite media. I'm not James H. Anise, and today we're looking at the first season of Battle for Dream Island, released from 2010 to 2012. Although not as well known, BFDI is one of the most popular web series. They started out as little comics made by the twin duo who created the series initially. All of it, of course, were created by twin brothers Michael and Carrie Huang. They then decided to make another comic series called Total Fiery Island. All of that inspiration, however, came from what was, at the time, the popular Total Drama Island. However, at the time, there weren't that many people tuning into every episode, as there were only about 1,000 TDI fans on the site at the time. And also, of course, the series wasn't just gonna get popular right off the bat. In fact, it took almost an entire year to get another object show on the site, that other object show being the now lost Total Fruit Island. The next major object show wouldn't even come out until April 2011, the much more TDI-inspired inanimate insanity. Just listen to the host's voice in episode 1.
If you fall into the elephant poop, you lose, and you cannot jump again. Ever. So, everyone ready?
This show is also one of the most influential web series in all of YouTube history. It formed thousands and thousands of shows, some good, some okay, some so bad they're good, and others are just plain awful. It formed a community with thousands of people in it, which is something you probably can't say to Ass Stuff Movie. Over the show's 12-year-long run, it's managed to spawn 5 seasons, the latest airing in 2021. And yet, out of those 5 seasons, this one might just be my favorite. Sure, the later seasons do have better animation, voice acting, and writing quality, and also audio quality, but come on. This season just feels like it was authentically made by kids just having fun. All the characters in this first season usually fall under one trope. Leafy's the nice girl, Teardrop's the silent type, Flower's a mean girl, and Woody's always scared, and all of their lives are interrupted by the announcer, who gives them the epic prize of Dream Island, which features...
It's called Dream Island. A whole square mile of paradise. A 5-star hotel, a casino, 6 restaurants, robot servants, and the winner even gets to decide who gets to come in and who doesn't.
Even better, it doesn't even cost a penny. The show's method of elimination falls onto the viewers. The viewers' democratical powers can get someone voted off the game. Things that can be taken into effect are personality, how funny they are, or how entertaining they are. Deciding on whatever team you should vote on decides on if their team loses in the challenge. Eventually, teams will just merge. It's the same thing there, except they use a point system to determine if a contestant is up for elimination. Also, since we're so far into this opening, which is the longest one yet, I am shocked that I haven't managed to touch the kills. There's also one reason why I have not touched on those yet. It's because they're so hard to count. Earlier on, they aren't really that hard to detect, but when you get to later episodes, curse you, recommended characters. So, with all of that stuff out of the way, let's finally get to how many people die when you fight over an island of your dreams. The show begins with one of the best openings to any object show, and also most iconic.
Yeah, I know. She was so surprised.
Those words will forever be cemented into my brain. We're talking about Flower's fear over bugs. She also thinks that she's fabulous. When asking Ice Cube if she was beautiful, Ice Cube answered no. So her only response to that was kicking her into the sun, which Ice Cube was really angry at. Yeah, but Bubble's her friend, right?
No, Ice Cube, stop!
Not even a minute into the show, we've already started our death train. And also, recovery centers exist, so she's back. Of course, after recovery, she almost gets popped again. It wasn't really Pin's fault at all. It was this stupid Blocky here. It's his fault. so she gets him off. But then he grabs Needle to try and pop her. He's doing all of this just because he wants to hurt someone. So he goes after the scared Woody and kicks him up into the air right next to Teardrop. The nice girl Leafy encourages Woody to live life like he wants to, and he just wants to love Teardrop forever, which she is very obviously angry at. So she just kicks him up into the air extremely. But Tennis Ball has to warn her that, you know, he is Balsa. Woody hits Rocky and a chip of his wood falls off, and he yells extremely loudly at that. Eraser and Pen are very obviously extremely mad about that, but, you know, they cool with each other. Snowball's been gliding, but he just hits a mountain, so he tries to walk down only to encounter Rocky in what is Rocky's one of 3 talking appearances in the show. We meet Spongy, the magnet to all the fat jokes, and standing on top of him, enemies Fiery and Coiny. Fiery insults Coiny by saying this video wasn't sponsored by Honey, so he just gets slapped. He says that Fiery's just so easy to slap, so he has to demonstrate it. Bossy Black Golf Ball is also another person who's over here. Blocky doesn't like that. Afterwards, Eraser gets the whole squad laughing. He lists off all of the people he hates until the announcer comes down and tells him that he should win Dream Island. After going over stuff we heard in the intro, he says that doesn't even cost a penny, so he'll take it, but, you know, it's a battle for it, so he's not guaranteed to win it. Card / intro theme. The challenge to start things off is the iconic balance beam. Spongy is the first one to fall off. Mean Girl Flower pushes everybody off. And if there's water underneath all of that, then Virie's definitely dead from that. Leafy almost fell off, but Pin saved her. But Bubble decides to form an alliance with Match and Pencil, but they hear a voice coming from the other side. It's Ice Cube, who wants to join, and she accidentally pushes off Pen. In doing so, she accidentally pushes off 4 more people. Corny tells Blocky to wake up, but he doesn't comply to that. Corny, stop being such a bit. Oops. Leafy notes that the evil flower is still in, so they have to run her over. However, they both get kicked up into the air. It's a collision with Teardrop, as Leafy has to struggle to keep on. Blocky tries to pull them up, but he only gets roped into it. Of course, Flower's up there with her trademark non-slip shoe, so but she does slip because of Blocky. And to get Flower eliminated, Pin decides to lick her. It works. Both Pin and TD made it up first, so why can't Leafy? But Blocky doesn't have enough luck. Teardrop tries to push Rocky off, but she gets off too. Pin and Leafy decide to play a game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who wins. Pin only rebuts with a flip of the finger, which definitely is not a part of RPS, but she didn't mean that. Mr. Speaky Box says that they both win and have to choose teams next episode. Or should I say next part? That right, this one's a 2-parter! So, next episode, they finally decide to make teams, starting with Ice Cube going on Leafy's. Pin chooses Pencil. Really about nothing else happens here. Oh, but one more thing. But Bubble does die yet again, because Blocky kicks her. And also, Pin does get in a dilemma on who should join her team, and lists off reasons why she doesn't like them all.
First of all, I wouldn't choose Flower for obvious reasons. Eraser thinks he's too cool to do anything. Blocky, no way. He's got issues. Spongy is so fat and smelly. Golf Ball, too bossy. Speak to yourself, Pin. Shush. Rocky, seriously? He has no arms. And Woody is scared of everything. Sharp things, fire. Ouch! Even Bubbles.
But teams do eventually get decided. I'll just list off who's on every single team here. So first of all, on Leafy's team, you got Corny, Flower, Golf Ball, Ice Cube, Needle, Rocky, Snowball, Teardrop, and Tennis Ball. And for Pin's team, you have Blocky, Bubble, Eraser, Fiery, Match, Pen, Pencil, Spongy, and Woody. Oh, and a bit of a vomit warning, cause yeah. Oh yeah, that's also Rocky's favorite thing to do, but it's more used for comedic effect. Team names are then decided.
Pen's team, you'll be called the Squishy Cherries.
Oh, come on!
And Leafy's team, you are the Squashy Grapes.
The show's first ever actual challenge is to go over the Gorky Canal and reach the finish line. Golf Ball immediately decides to get a plan in for the challenge, but they aren't interested at all, and they just keep on talking. Snowball, tired of all of this, just yeets her off the cliff and immediately gives a threat to the other team members. I love how Flower just doesn't seem to care at all. Ha, Snowball, you suck. Slapstick action ensues. 15 minutes later, the cherries have their boat. Oh, looks like the grapes have their boat ready too. Okay. Match is being used as one of the oars, but she doesn't like it. Fiery spots a leak inside the boat, but Blacky's there to fix it till he gets bit by an orange fish, and then green fish comes in and just gulps him down completely. Guys, why didn't y'all see that? That's an issue, right? Another issue is a collision that sends the boat cracking. And whoa, a parade of wacky little creatures, nice! I think y'all missed the finish line. Corny agrees with me. They now in pond. The cherries are in dire need of getting someone off, so they have to throw off Spongy. Uh-oh. Pen realizes that the finish line is a short little distance away, so they can actually swim there, but Fire is not up with that. The remaining grapes are in a need to get to the finish line before the cherries, who are, about to kill Bubble. Pin, better watch out. You're about to kill her. Oh, never mind. Wind wipes out Leafy while the other team's just getting to the shore. But Ice Cube has another plan to sabotage. Coiny slips from her water. But as they're running towards the finish line, Ice Cube gets knocked away by Pen in order for Pen to make her way through the ribbon and win. After each episode ends, there's a little stinger which I'll play throughout this episode.
We should get back now.
Pin is informed in episode 2 that she has won the highly coveted win token. What she asks, its definition is, since she won the challenge for the team last episode, if someone votes her, she can remove at least half her votes. Yeah, like that. Yeah, but they gotta eliminate a grape. Yeah, you've seen these kinds of shows before. The people with the least amount of votes don't get eliminated, but the person with the most does. When at the bottom 2, Flower threatens the non-existent announcer with her announcer crusher. Flower gets eliminated, so she uses it. Luckily, Golf Ball was in the way, so it cracks and explodes Flower, eliminating her officially.
Earlier this morning I was really afraid of being popped, but now I'm feeling better and I don't think I'm gonna be popped.
Yeah, you're gonna see Bubble die a whole lot more in this season and show. This episode's challenge is to get to the end of the obstacle course in 60 minutes. But before that, the cherries are reminded that they're missing a team member.
Blocky!
Pin then recruits people to get Blocky rescued. Obviously, Penny and Eraser are gonna go. She also recruits Spongy and Pencil, despite her being stuck in an alliance. The course's first real obstacle is this spot where Needle just pushes them right down into. Pencil finds the fish that ate Blocky, so they need to get him out of its mouth. The next obstacle is a button-triggered rising platform. It's revealed that Blocky wasn't actually eaten by the fish monster. Nope, it's only because he barely missed it, as seen in this 3D slow motion sequence. But nope, Fishy only want Pencil. Oh god, Woody's encountering Pen again. So what does she do? She decides to be mean for absolutely no reason and slap him, which causes him to go right by Woody and Tennis Ball to kick Woody, because that would prevent a Rocky and Woody collision. The next obstacle is a rock wall filled with boxing gloves. Fire is currently in the lead and reveals the next obstacle, Big Pointy Thing. On our next really slow obstacle, Leafy presents a big science experiment on her, saying that her and the bowling ball are falling at the same rate, but you know, that thing's gonna stop and kill her. Leafy probably didn't think that through. What plays next is a little gumball ad that says that you have to pay a whole lot of money for one gumball, so you gotta call your host to get them. Afterwards is a prank of Bubble getting popped over and over again, but they're not being counted as I don't include prank deaths on the count. Besides, they're not real. Ice Cube then gets indirect revenge. Oh, so they finally got that big thing down, along with Pen and— oh, Pen! Oh, shit! The final obstacle is to find a needle in a haystack, but Needle shouldn't have any problem with this, because she's a needle, she can get through there with ease. Fiery gets another idea and just burns the haystack. But then, at the rock wall, Tennis Ball gets a third idea, with a thing that just teleported there. Well, it's obvious who's gonna win. Since Fiery can't touch water, the grapes obviously win.
So, are they gonna pick us up, or what?
It's already time for cake at stake, much to Fiery's dismay. But they still have to get a whole lot of contestants back in order to do it. This time they received 5 more votes. This time the cake is 9 slices of key lime pie. When asked if she'll use her win token, she declined, saying she hasn't done anything bad. Then cue a montage of all the bad things she's done. But Spongie's getting eliminated this episode, but he gets flung way too high and accidentally pops Bubble. Ice Cube needs to be recovered, but the ICRCC has 30 minutes remaining. Today's challenge is a test, which immediately makes this my least favorite episode. Pencil and Match just want to do a game here. Apparently Woody can't do the test because he has testophobia, which ain't permitted by Pen. Blocky is sneaking up behind the announcer just so he can steal those test answers. Snowball gets really mad that he can't do his test, so he cracks his pencil, which one of the shards pops Bubble. Meanwhile, Pencil's created a pretty epic doodle including hair, cubes, matches, blood cells, humans, stars, angels, more stuff like Blocky equals Bozo and GB is mean, along with a few other things. Meanwhile, Blocky has successfully stolen the test answers.
High five! No high fives for me, thanks.
Their game is ready to play, and it seems to be giving out sparks, so I don't think that's good. Pencil also doesn't think it's good, but Match doesn't care and is shocked when it lights up on fire. Blocky's rounded edges do not like that fire, so it's a good thing that Ice Cube's just about to come out of the oven. So he uses her to melt the fire, but it doesn't work, so he has to kill her a whole bunch of times. Of course, all of his Ice Cube murder will count. It's not part of a prank or ad, so it's fine with me. Right afterwards, Bubble gets popped by Match right away. Her reasoning?
Hi guys!
Weird girl.
Of course, you can't mention this scene without the hilarious deleted scene, which is fake, so I'll have a link to that in the description. Bubble then lists off reasons why it's easy to kill her, which he uses herself to do. Blocky and Pen are finishing off a load of ice cubes. It then starts raining, which Fiery is not a fan of, so he gets in his rain shelter. Now the testing is over, let's see who wins. Aw man, looks like the grapes lost. He reevaluates when he finds the test answers next to Blocky and Pen, so he lowers their grades down, which makes the grapes win.
Guys, I have to go to the bathroom.
Actually had me worried for a second. Leafy wants Needles. Needles help to dissect the announcer, but she drops out. After failing, Leafy runs over to hug Icy, but all she wants is revenge. The announcer discusses how the squishy cherries are the dumbest kumquats to ever exist on the planet, so one of them will go home. Since we all know idiots love eating on ice cubes and chewing them, today's cake will be ice cubes, but not that ice cube. Today, all the female contestants are in fact safe. And you know what it loves causing? Deaths of characters! And since we've already gone through this circuit way too many times, we all know what's gonna happen. Today's final 2 consist of Blocky and Woody. Our eliminated contestant today is Blocky, for apparently killing way too many people. You know what, just forget about this certain part, lol. Today's challenge is for all the contestants to make a cake and have it judged by either the announcer, the previously eliminated and first eliminated contestant Flower, and just a random die he found. Also, unlimited ingredients. Match and Pencil confront Bubble about being dumb again, and when she tries to count to 10, she just gets popped before she could get to 3. Some of them have gone so far to where they're actually just making dirt. A piece of dirt also falls in the golf ball's cake before she gets distracted by tennis ball's rice cake. And, Eraser and Pen find Leafy's gigantic strawberry cake. The reason she's making it that big is that if anyone's having trouble making cake, she could just lend some to them. The price tag for Eraser and Pen are $5. Here Snowball goes again, talking about 2 big metal balls. One of them crushes Ice Cube in a recovery center. Meanwhile, Pin's making a flower cake. Meanwhile, Pencil and Match get flabbergasted when they realize Bubble could get to 10. Side note, this is the first episode to be made when Michael and Carrie were teenagers. So right now, I'm as old as them when they made this episode. In fact, I'm older than the first episode than just about 3 to 4 months. Uh-oh, they need cake. Quick, get out $20. Eventually, Match gives $15 to them and 5 to Woody, which works it all out. It's time to judge the cakes now, and Bubbles up first with her strawberry cake. I'll just flash through everybody's scores real quick, along with what their cakes were. Coiny, dirt cake. Bubbles mad that his cake got better score than her cake, even though it was just a piece of dirt. Eraser, strawberry cake, again. Fiery chocolate cake that he made with his own body. Golf ball, chocolate cake with a secret ingredient. Leafy, yet another strawberry cake. At the end, Pin had the highest score with a whopping 23 points, mostly due to her flower cake. Alright, even though the cherries won this part of the challenge, it's still technically not over yet, since both teams have to eat 100 chocolate balls in a fastest amount of time, and the winners of this challenge are, in fact, the grapes? So they make a tiebreakers to see who can break the necktie first, and obviously, the grapes get this.
Breaking news. Scientists have recently classified Earth as a triple planet system, consisting of Earth, the Moon, and something called Needles Cake. That is supposedly a rapidly growing cake that has separated from Earth. Scientists predict that Needles Cake will start nuclear fusion and become a star in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty big, Needy.
The next episode contains a joke that I'm surprised they got away with. I'll just play it here.
But don't you want to win and get Dream Island? I do. When I win, there'll be a big sign in front saying Pen Island, no spaces, all caps.
This one left where the last one left off, when Needle's cake formed into a star. The effects it has on the Earth is tremendous, making massive winds become regular. Leafy and Needy, Needle, get into an argument behind this rock that somehow doesn't make Leafy go flying. And somehow, Needle was the cure for all of this. Hey, we actually got more votes this time. Who's gonna leave? And this time we finally get that fabled ice cream cake. First of all, Bubble is safe, but you know how that goes at this point when she is killed by Needle. Hey announcer, maybe target his house this time. It's also this episode that finally marks Woody's elimination. Today's challenge is across a bridge, and whatever team gets across it first wins. It's been 5 months since the first episode, yet Snowball hasn't forgotten about the stuff Golf Ball said to him. And this causes the first of many delays that happens while crossing the bridge. Step 1, make something that would fit perfectly for the thumbnail. Step 2, kill 3 people with 1 ball. Step 3, destroy an entire bridge. Pen finally knows what he's gonna do with the island when he wins it. Because if he wins, he's gonna be a big sign in front saying, Pen Island, no spaces, all caps. So let's do it! Pen decides to hang off the railings when Eraser notices that they're just straws stick together with duct tape. So, in actuality, nobody's gonna actually be able to cross. And it gets solved by a necktie tiebreaker, which Snowball wins for the grapes.
Hey, where's Golf Ball? I thought she fell too.
Oh, Match, golf balls sink.
So do rocks.
Add 2 more people since we now know they are dead. If it's been 5 episodes, I think we all know how it's gonna go so far. The honestly minuscule cherries are back to the Cake at Stake Arena. Y'all should be happy y'all are getting cupcakes this time. Anyways, the vote counter decreased by 1, making this the first time that the vote count had decreased. Although Pin still has 2 win tokens, she refuses to use them. This causes a detriment to her when they figure out that their names are on the back of the cupcakes. Although Pin tries using her win token, she was dumb enough not to use it earlier, so she's the one being eliminated this time. Pin using Eraser accidentally adds Bubble onto the count again. The challenge this time will feature 5 teams of 3. I'll just go through a general rundown of who the teams are. The first team has the Alliance in it, Pencil, Match, and Bubble. Team 2 consists of Snowball, Barfest Rocky, and his rival Golf Ball. And I forgot about the other team on the cherry, so there will be team number 3 here, which consists of Pen, Eraser, and Fiery. Team 4 is Leafy, Tennis Ball, and Teardrop. And the 3 remaining contestants I haven't talked about yet are all on Team 5. The first challenge of today's big challenge is to get across a balance beam. Sadly, Snowball has some uncorrupted little... Hey, me from like a second ago. Did you forget that there were kids watching this? Even though... I don't know. Ice Cube freaking dies. I'm joking, but Fiery actually dies in our second non-Bubble or Ice Cube death. So we're gonna have to stop for time waiting for the Fiery Recovery Center to get done. The first island has some safes where you need to get some supplies for a boat. Like, if there are 14 people in the game right now, this could have easily been a situation where the tower could have been a power of 2. Wait, I'm not doing this one until way later on. Anyways, I don't know what happened there, but like, wow. The first team to have success with getting boats is Coiny's team. Then Snowball's, then Leafy's. While 4th place tries to get the boat supplies, they accidentally close in Pencil. Island 2's challenge is to build building blocks up to a pole to get a key. What the announcer didn't tell them is that only 5 of the keys work. Meanwhile, Match remembers that they closed Pencil in one of the safes. Meanwhile, Pen's team is the first team to successfully unlock the door and win. Then Leafy's, then Bubbles, then Coiny No Wait Snowballs. Oh my god. So that means Needle's team loses.
Wait, we're still flying through the air? Wow, that spring is strong. Are we going up or down now?
Pen decides. To do some stuff with basketballs. Other characters do this too. As evidenced by a kill, the announcer recaps about how they got 18 votes this episode, and how their team of 3 lost. Needy decides to be intelligent by using her win token. Also, Needy gets eliminated this episode. Since Spongy is way too big, they can't eliminate anyone anymore because he's too big for the TLC. Anyways, we can create new characters that'll be contestants later on. Oh wait, yeah, that also means that they're absorbing people into their team if they win. He locks them in a room for their next challenge.
Want skin that's smooth and soft? Then buy our Bubble Transformer! It'll turn you into a bubble, and Bubble skin is super smooth. None of the people in our survey said they didn't like it, because they popped before we could contact them, and we don't sell personal bubble recovery centers, so they died. So yeah, buy now!
To pass the time, Leafy spotted a puzzle they can all do. Inside this episode, there was actually a deleted scene where 2 characters rejoined and went on both teams. The only reason why we know this exists is because of a storyboard video posted in September 2018. It was actually the first video that was posted on the Jack and Jellyfy YouTube channel after I joined the OSC. It was posted a day after I joined. The eliminated characters that were supposed to join were Blocky and Woody. Obviously, the scene was scrapped before release. Although one of the characters does actually rejoin in about 2 episodes. Back to the episode, the challenge now is to make a puzzle. The Grapes win, but they have to choose a loser to be on their winner team. They choose Fiery. The Cherries technically lost because they were holding their puzzle upside down. But fortunately for them, there is no elimination this episode.
Hey, I found 2 pieces that fit together.
Finally.
Time!
Well, what do you know? Seems like they escaped. Pencil gets into stats, saying that she's the only cherry who hasn't been voted for. Bubble tells her stats before she gets popped by the announcer who tells his stats. Apparently he's been voted for once. You see, this episode's challenge is to do a relay race. The people racing are a prank by Blocky. As I stated before, prank deaths will not count. Fiery, who's actually pretty fast, Ice Cube, Leafy, Golf Ball, and Rocky. Well, here's something for y'all. The losing team will get nothing, while the winner's team will get an eliminated contestant. I mean, like, the episode's just characters running. It's because Fiery and Ice Cube were together that Ice Cube's now melted. Meanwhile, the cherries are winning this challenge, but Bubble gets popped. Sadly for them, the Bubble Recovery Center is really far away. Meanwhile, in the final lap, a Golf Ball has to kick Rocky, which inadvertently pops Bubble. Golf Ball has to kick Rocky again just so their team can win. Now it's time for rejoin auditions, in which I'll play instead of the stinger.
Flower,
You better vote me, or I'll trash you.
Spongy,
Oh.
Blocky,
Vote for me. I got an edge. Well, 12 edges actually.
Woody, Pen,
You need a heroic leader like me.
and Needy.
Don't call me needy.
The reason why I'm not gonna play the stinger is because it's part of Blocky's prank, and also, it has an uncountable amount of ice cubes. But some mad lad at the wiki counted, and from their count, 70 ice cubes die in this prank. And I know that's not counting every single ice cube you see on screen, but honestly, that'd be way too many to count, so I can understand the 70. Also, I said I wouldn't count any of the pranks, but that's just for the prank segments themselves. If they're featured outside the prank, then yeah, I'll count it. Episode 9 is a monumental occasion for Season 1. It features the new assets that we'll see all the way up until IDFB. They have to figure out what the noise is, and it's just Ice Cube dying over and over. Like, for example, this Ice Cube that falls down and just dies. Along with one more Ice Cube, I'll count them. There's also one more monument. Recommended characters. Weird speaker box. This time the vote count increased up to 28. Woody's the first person confirmed not to be rejoining, since he only got one vote. In third, there is a three-way tie between Pin, Spongy, and Flower. And finally, Needy, I'll learn from that. Needle is the final one confirmed not to be rejoining with 7, and Blocky rejoins with 11. And from now on, until episode 25, we're gonna have the pie chart simulating how many votes each person got. Here's our inaugural pie, which makes it look like the three-way tie wasn't really a three-way tie. Oh yeah, and for each contestant, there was an average of 4.83 votes. As of now, we're at the final 15 of BFDI. So we're gonna have to form 2 new teams. For this team selection, I'll have to borrow over what I did for the inaugural team selection. So on Leafy's team, aka Team 1, we have Blocky, Ice Cube, Snowball, and Teardrop. And on Rocky's team, aka Team 2, we have Corny, Fiery, Golf Ball, and Tennis Ball. Leafy's team continues using the same name, and Rocky's team accidentally chooses another name. Golf Ball, this will happen way too many times. There's also something new for eliminations. It's that 2 people on the losing team will be sent off the team. One will go on to the winning team, while 1 will be eliminated. Oh yeah, this episode marks the first of Eraser's many, which is... I'll let the announcer explain today's challenge.
The 9th contest is a 6-legged race. Here are ropes to tie your legs together. Go.
The challenge goes as well as you expected. Looks like the cherries are finally gonna win a challenge. It's been forever since they did that. It's also with this episode that the show's animation starts to really shine. Oh, I feel like I missed over some stuff. However, Rocky sabotages his own team, causing room for the cherries to finally get first in a challenge.
So tired.
You know, when you fall into a bottomless pit, you die of starvation.
As with last episode, the grapes are still falling down the hole.
Need some money fast and soon? Then buy her box of paper slips. At first, it might just seem like a blank slip of paper, but you can scribble a number on it, and poof, it's a $1 bill. This person managed to buy a TV. This person bought a house. This person bought the world. So yeah, buy now.
Thankfully, Spongy is at the bottom of the cushion for fall and send them back up. Gee, I sure wonder what's gonna happen next. Every few episodes, the Cake at Steak era changes, along with its intro. Although Resident rejoined Blocky as a win token, he refuses to use it. This episode's cake is some clay. The people who have the most votes are this animation error, teardrop, and snowball. Although it looks like Snowball should be eliminated, that's not the case. They both leave the team, and the winning team has to get one of them onto their team, while the one they don't get onto their team goes to the TLC. For no reason at all, they choose Snowball, even though he lost the challenge for that team last episode. Also doesn't note that we have these two who could split him into 3 separate balls at any time. This episode's challenge is to cry. Whoever fills up their tank first wins. Nobody can produce a single tear. But in an unexpected twist, Golf Ball can. Apparently one of the grapes can too. Blocky has a plan, use Fiery. Part 2 is a skiing contest. Another name makes it off without a hitch. The grapes, however, they make the cherries lose one of their members when they go. Rocky's put himself into the mountain, and boom, the names have lost. And the cherries do too? Although we can verify that the grapes got in second, we don't know which team got in first or third. Although, look at this shot. The cherries lost. This episode's final challenge is a handstanding contest, which the names are automatically going to lose. Although we've taken 3 L's, the winning team, the cherries, are the last one standing. That is until Rocky barfs and knocks almost all of them down. The last one standing is Eraser, who gets a win token.
Would you look at that? My very first tear. I'll always remember this for the rest of my life.
The next episode, titled Lofty, is the shortest episode, lasting just under 6 minutes. Golf Ball and Tennis Ball get into an argument about what shape this cloud is. Hey quote-unquote losers, it's time for one of you to get eliminated. Yes, one of you will join the cherries. One of you will go to the TLC. Fiery doesn't use his win token while Golf Ball does. The two potentially leaving today are Golf Ball and Rocky. In a unanimous decision, they all choose Rocky. Various reasons why is that Golf Ball sounds like a boy, even though she's a girl. And that's just wrong! When Leafy notices new stairs, the announcer says that's where the next challenge is. Your challenge this time is to get the people from other teams out of the air with various nails. Various BFDI kill quotas are fulfilled, like pen popping bubble. Snowball spots the color pink and decides to pop pencil. The reason why they don't have red balloons are because those were too expensive. When Fiery lands, he accidentally lights Bommy. Bommy is the first ever recommended character for BFDI, although this is his second appearance. He appeared before in BFDI 9. Insert running gag here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Corny kills Ice Cube with a nail. Blocky decides to go for Corny, and he decides to use the basket of nails. This causes 7 people to die in this explosion caused by Corny. With various methods, they caused the cherries to lose this challenge.
Poof!
Another name, down to 1 contestant.
Maybe we should go down now?
Nah. The next episode begins with Leafy walking in with Minecraft sound effects. Oh, she also accidentally kills Bubble after getting a glimpse of the book she's reading. Corny and Fiery get into an argument about how much he actually costs. I literally just watched Gremlins 2 an hour ago, and I am definitely not ready for what's about to come ahead. I know a video about BFDI isn't really the best place to talk about stuff unrelated to it, but come on. It is a wild and so bad it's good ride. Since we're in the era of BFDI where recommended characters exists, this climax will only serve as just a brief sneak peek of what's ahead. This part alone kills 446. Aside from Gremlin's knowledge, it's time for Kick at Stake. The one definitively staying is Fiery, who only got 9 out of 61. Corny got 30 votes, while Tennis Ball only had 22, so they're the 2 leaving the team. Although Coiny gives a speech on why he should join the Grapes, they decline. Bye-bye. Do you like your teams? Well, not anymore. We've officially reached the merge. At this point, there are no teams, and today's challenge is to climb a ladder. It is simple enough, but not for the people without arms. The announcer pulls in a twist, water balloons that make you go lower. It also helps getting you a twofer. Penn officially makes it up first by being quick. Yo, Jack and Jellyfy, nice shipper magnet. But ultimately, the challenge doesn't matter as much this time around, or it does. It helps you get points. To start, here's 30. Also, your win tokens are now 15 points each. And also, placement in challenges affects your point total. So now, Penn is in first. Also, your votes in previous episodes affect your point total here, and since Pencil has none, hers doesn't get affected, but Bubbles does by at least one. The person this affects the most is Tennis Ball, who gets 25 subtracted. Oh, and the 4 at the bottom are up for elimination. Hey Fiery, do you know you're a danger to my counting sanity? Fiery, it's because you've burned 15 recommended characters to death. And no, this is only the beginning of many recommended characters dying. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We're at the 1-year anniversary, and this is officially the 13th episode of the show. We're in the second half. Would you look at that? Snowball pops bubble. This starts out the recommended character death traps. Alright, first off, Snowball, Pencil, and Remote lost of batteries or falling in acid. Then Blocky, Ice Cube, and Fiery from being burnt or falling in water. New Kick It Steak intro, let's play it! Wait, we already played that, didn't we?
And therefore now go, we shall see it.
80 votes got cast at our new Kick It Stick Arena. Snowflake watches in anticipation to see who will be eliminated. Turns out, it's Snowball. You guys in red are in danger. And hey, your challenge this episode is to find a red ball. This part of the challenge goes on for 5 minutes. Plot twist, there's maroon balls. Ice Cube, we found a maroon ball for you. Rocky's a red ball generator. This gets Rocky in third. Generally, bubbles get popped. It gets nighttime as the challenge goes on and Match falls back into the danger zone. Hey guys, it's daytime. I think we can actually see now. Pugface. When Eraser tries jumping out of a hole, he doesn't have much luck, so we all try saving each other. 8 people try to save each other before Ice Cube lets them all die. It's Cake at Steak time, and we have over 100 votes. The character eliminated today is Match with 66 votes. Ice Cube joins the Alliance as an alternative member. Half of you have been eliminated. Now let's see who can rejoin. Today's rejoin challenge is to see who can get as much loaves of bread in their basket as possible. Flower automatically gets 4 for her basket. Spongy is a powerhouse this time, as he can fit many loaves of bread on him. Some people drown. Powerhouse Spongy adds 13 more pieces. Ultimately, that's what makes Spongy rejoin. Good job, dude. You want 15 additional points? Well, get the marble out of this vat of acid. Watch. Tennis Ball is the only one to survive the slaughter of hundreds and gets the marble. Armless people get 10 additional points.
Don't even think about it, Eraser.
Hey guys, if you complete this, you can get 5 additional points. This Wrecking Ball is a serving for barf gags, and which was revealed in the Texas OSC Hangout in November. Carrie said that Match was gonna be safe and Rocky was up for elimination. We even had an alternate version of the episode where Rocky got eliminated, and this part was part of his rejoin. Anyways, look at the saw blades. Bubble gets popped, and Blocky gives up. Anyways, do not vote for these idiotic losers or else you are idiotic.
I don't know.
I guess I got
The Alliance decide to play catch. They fail when they remember how gay they are for Match. Well, it's elimination time again. They have a large crowd watching the elimination today, with 220 votes, of which 39 went to David. The cake today are 10 nickels. With 20 votes, Leafy is safe, and Alright, let's give her a... Oh, crap, I don't need to do statistics anymore. With everyone, it is a long shot for Eraser getting eliminated with 99 votes. Hey guys, look, Ice Cube gets shouted with a nickel. For getting to the actual final 10, they get another half of a scissor. Your challenge today is to either get into a barf bag or make a taco. Here are the final results. Here you all are. For every second you stay in, you get 1 point. For filling up the bag with actual barf, Rocky gets off first. Blocky then accidentally forms a hole in the side of the bag, accidentally drowning Pen 2, which doesn't count. For causing a brief panic, Blocky's off next. You wanna know how to make ice cream? First get Ice Cube, get some barf, then put some whipped cream on it, and boom, your friend can have it and die. Hold on, roll clip hasn't happened yet. There it is. Eventually we get to the part of the challenge where we get to making the taco. Pencil and Bubble are watching from far away, and when Bubble asks a quote-unquote stupid question, Pencil decides to pop her. The reason why Leafy's making a gigantic taco is that if anyone's having trouble making one, she can lend some. But shockingly, the armless people are making their tacos first. For this part, you're feeding your tacos to eliminate contestants. If they like it, you get 10 points. Spongey's up next, and I guess everybody loves him since he has the highest score. Apparently, for this, the announcer says that Pen cheated. Although, didn't him and Eraser get away with this back in episode 4? And this time, it's him, Bubble, and Rocky up for elimination.
So I guess they aren't sending us any more tacos?
This episode begins with a disclaimer that this episode will be using puppets instead of being animated. Leafy and Pencil go from cloud watching to cliff jumping. Somehow, they get versions of themselves. And they all get impaled throughout each other's bodies. Luckily, a hideous blocky hand puppet comes in to save the day. This episode also marks Blue Spongey's debut. And it's all revealed to be an April Fool's joke. Last episode, Pen, Bubble, and Rocky all made some grievous errors, so they are up for elimination. This episode featured 259 individual votes. They also have a crowd of recommended characters that will not get burnt at the end of the episode. Oh yeah, the prizes today are a blueberry prize that are explosive. They also have a pie chart, further eliminating the need for statistics. But if you need them, here they are. Alright guys, today's challenge is bowling. Whoever gets the most pins knocked down is immune. I'll show you all of her scores. When Pencil goes, she kills Ice Cube, then knocks down 5. Oh yeah, earlier Fiery got a strike and killed 10 of them. Afterwards, the announcer reveals that the amount of points you got, or for the amount of points you can subtract. Afterwards, Fiery's in the lead. And well, I was kinda right before, because Fiery gets immune for knocking down all of them. And also, everyone except him is up for elimination.
Isn't that a wonderful noise? Well, now you can listen to that noise 24/7 thanks to our revolutionary headphones. Listen to it while you walk. Listen to it while you sleep. These headphones can only play that noise, but why would you ever want to listen to anything else? They also have a volume up button, but no volume down button. And best of all, our super glue makes them unremovable. So yeah, bye now!
Oh yeah, the announcer also gives us a sneak peek of next episode, teasing a debut. Nice error. Leafy decides to give Bubble a gift. It's the springy shoes she always wanted. When Pencil asks for one, Leafy rips off the shoes from Bubble's feet, killing her. When Pencil and Ice Cube have them, Bubble decides to steal them and bounce. With the highest amount of votable contestants since the 4th episode, there's gonna be a lot of diversity, like with our list of recommended characters. There's seriously a whole lot, and I would advise you to check the list of recommended characters over at the BFDI wiki. The announcer officially confirms that one of them will make a debut, but this time we got 288 votes. The cake this time is a safety hazard. Pencil, you're lying. You said you've never gotten a vote, yet this episode, you got 38 of them. Yes, this episode, Pencil got a vote, which actually marks the longest time in the entire series where one character has never gotten a vote. Ultimately, Blocky is eliminated with 112 votes. Public Safety Hazard 2, the new batch. For this challenge, you have to create teams to throw your frisbee with. Of course, since Ice Cube doesn't have any arms, she dies, although other teams manage to catch them. Even Fiery does with his tongue. At the end, there are still 2 teams still trying to win. Ultimately, Fiery grabs another frisbee for them to get third. After Leafy manages to recover Ice Cube, she kills her again. First off, since Ice Cube had the fewest votes, she gets 125 extra points. Since Pencil and Bubble managed to complete in first, they get 200 extra points. Since Rocky and Spongy completed in second, they get 100. For third place, Fiery and Tennis Ball get only 15. Since they got in last, Ice Cube and Leafy have to have 1,000 points subtracted from both of their totals. Blocky comes on with another prank with 21 unaccounted for Fiery deaths. As we had teased last time, there will be a debuter next episode. Deaths here include Eggy's unfortunate encounter with a bowling ball, Pie getting exploded, and Remote's second death, removing her batteries. Here's the entire list. The contestants in the TLC are theorizing about escaping. The announcer can hear them.
Oh no, that means he knows about all the times I called him a
Weird speaker box.
The contestants are talking about the latest in animation errors. The voters at this cake at stake are the contestants. The cake this time is a cracker and Fiery votes for Ice Cube. At the end, it's a tie between Leafy and the Tennis Ball, so they need to do a tiebreaker, which is jump over the cliff. Tennis Ball is the ultimate loser, whilst a pair of scissors cut a rope for a hammer to sling Leafy over the hole, which makes her choke on the cracker. Now it's time for the recommended characters to have their voting session. And they have a grand total of 450 votes. What happens here literally should have actually happened. Now it's to Bobby and David, and to basically probably everybody's shock, David joins the game. But Bobby dies from exploding in the air. The challenge is a staring contest, recommended by somebody with a really sussy name. Here's the tournament bracket, and let's go with our first round, Ice Cube v Rocky. Rocky quickly wins. Next up is Pencil and Spongy, and this one quickly gets interrupted by the TLC. Spongy starts talking and blinks. The next round is Fiery v David, and David quickly wins by turning red. The next round is Leafy v Bubble. It causes a lot of total drama. The TLC is opening, and the contestants are escaping. Alright, let's see how Rocky v Pencil will go down. Oh, okay, Rocky gets barf-tastic. Pencil dodges all of it. Oh, she grabs one and throws it in his face! David and Bubble are going up next, but David uses his regular tactics. The final round of the contest is Pencil v David. The TLC eventually closes it and it bounces down the hillside. Just so happened that Bubbles threw her springy shoes right next to the trees, and it lands the TLC into the water. The eliminated contestants are in danger of drowning inside the TLC. Side note, Pencil v David is still going on. The sun is rising, and just so happens to be right below the TLC, making the TLC rise out of water. That also marks an end to Pencil v David, as David eventually blinks. I'm not getting into all this convoluted point stuff, but Pencil's in the bottom. That makes Spongy, Fiery, and Pencil your elimination targets. Fiery begins episode 19 by just killing Bubble outright. In retaliation, Pencil decides to grab the button and kill Fiery. And when Leafy decides to butt against this, she kills her too. And oh my god, all of these recommended characters. She should have killed that animation error right there.
Hi, Pencil. Are you glad I didn't vomit on you?
Oh god, Rocky just spoke. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Yeah, there it is. The cakes this time are shovels. When they don't take the shovels, he decides to cry acid. And in a landslide, Pencil gets eliminated with 259 votes. He also decided to get rid of that convoluted point system. It's also time to get on and die from your unicycles. When Leafy and Icy try to get away from Bubble, they accidentally ride off this gigantic cliff. Oh man, that's where this part of the challenge comes in. Yes, there is a gigantic hole to get over and oh, Bubble just got immunity. Rocky gets over there with his barf, while David simultaneously becomes a rap artist. Eventually, Fiery makes it up there by burning David. In addition to Fiery, Bubble, and Rocky being immune, Bubble can give one of these unimmune contestants immunity. She gives it to Leafy, which leaves David, Spongy, and Ice Cube are contestants up for elimination. Leafy's just beaten Fiery in a game of tic-tac-toe. Eventually, Leafy is captured, much to Fiery's dismay. But eventually, it's him and all the other contestants that get captured. Because we're at BFDI in space. Bubble and Ice Cube stare at the sights in space.
What happened to the Big Dipper? And why are Bubble and Ice Cube playing catch?
Cake at Steak will still be going normally, even with a new intro.
The points are gone, we are free of them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake and Steak.
Hey, that's the podium with the immunity people on it. And oh, we're bringing back the ice cream cake. This time we had 545 votes. And by yet another landslide, today's eliminated contestant is the debuter, David, with 331 votes. Got anything to say, David? The announcer decides that equality should happen and gives everybody immunity, but also gives reasons why people might die. Like a meteorite shattering? And wait, that's not dying, that's hopping into spaceships. Meanwhile, Leafy and Fiery continue a running gag. Leafy and Fiery get distracted and don't notice when Spongy kills Leafy. The announcer put out a black hole in space, which it sucks in Spongy. But then it disappears, and Bubble has the opportunity to kill Fiery.
Yo-yo cake!
Bubble still has the opportunity to give out immunity to someone else, and she gives it to Leafy, again.
Well, it is better, but not by much. You still got 73 more levels to go before you reach my level of niceness.
But, for the last time in Season 1, we will have a rejoining contestant. I know recommended contestants, I know it is a shock. There will also be voting on who will leave next episode. So, like with episode 8, here they are.
Flower.
You better vote me, or I'll stretch you.
Blocky.
Come on, guys. I really deserve a third chance.
Woody. Pen.
Vote for me, and I will make improvements to the show of Battle for Dream Island.
Needy.
Don't call me needy.
Needy. Teardrop. Golf ball.
I have a 6.666 repeating % chance of joining the game, and if I rejoin, I will have a 16.666 repeating % chance of winning Dream Island. So from this moment, I have a 1.111 repeating % chance of winning Dream Island.
Coiny.
Viewers, all you people out there, I love you guys, you're all my friends, but just think for a moment. Does it really make sense that someone as stupid as Fiery is in the game, yet someone like me is not? Just think about that for a moment and the answer will come to you, the person that you think should win.
Snowball.
I'm the only one who really deserves Dream Island, the rest are all weak losers!
Match.
OMG, vote for like me, and plus, I dyed my hair like blue.
Eraser.
Hey, this rejoin button isn't working.
Pen.
If you vote for me, I will give you $500 million vigintillion dollars.
Bad clumsy tennis ball.
You know, announcer, I wouldn't say that if I were you. I've got a magnet, and I can demagnetize you.
Yikes. Pencil.
Vote for me, yeah, type my name, yeah, so I can rejoin the contest,
And David.
Oh, seriously?
Say something else.
No!
I was wondering, how are we in space, yet able to talk, paddle, breathe, and not explode?
Budget cuts.
Everybody wants to go back to Earth, but he wants to see the Great Orion Nebula. The spaceship has to run on fuel, but it runs on contestants.
Big yellow squishy contestants.
While going back, they accidentally run through the TLC. Since Bubble loves saying the word, Leafy gives her some yoil cake. Flower automatically votes for Ice Cube. You still salty after episode 1A, Flower? Blocky then quickly processes a vote for Fiery. Apparently everyone here has a gripe on Ice Cube, but not because they hate her, they just need the TLC to get cooled down more. And so every recommended character you can think of votes for Ice Cube. One of them might look a little familiar. Now that Ice Cube's been eliminated, it's time for one of the contestants to rejoin.
The points are gone, we are free from them now, but we look on to the moment that we see the next slice of cake, a step closer to the prize brought on by Cake at Stake.
That cover was made by Nate Groff, original voice actor for Balloon on Inanimate Insanity. And if you didn't like that one, we have another one.
Season coming to an end. Very few contestants left. Some of them are getting cake. One of them is so at stake. It's Cake at Stake.
That version was created by Adam Katz, who actually created Inanimate Insanity, the third object show, a few months earlier. Yes, I said third object show, which leads into a little rabbit hole. That second object show is called Total Fruit Island, making it the second object show to ever exist, having its first episode airing in December 2010. Alright, so we only know about some stuff. First of all, we know it exists because the 2 Twitter tweets have been deleted. We know that some of the contestants were there. We know that the host was possibly a racist Asian stereotype. And the fact that we know both the episode's titles, Race to Death Mountain and Stuck Between Walls. This time we had 856 votes. Out of that, Snowball got less than 100th, with English Cream Cakes being one of them. They were also one of the people that watched Total Fruit Island. English Cream Cakes was also Pencil's first voter. More interesting stuff is Pen reading out all of his voters' names.
Simon Domino, Hobo Freak, Joe's TDI 2, BFDI Fan 9001, Zakuro Suki, UFA 63, Noah Cam Cam, Mr. Ali 0, Anderson Get, Ziggy Fan 325, Holly Files, N-Way 200, Primary Rock, Wires, Like Peter Ryan, Papa, Flip, FD, M949, Flames, Spice, Jelly Cam, and Cool Man 1118.
Needle has a funny gag that when she gets not confirmed to rejoin, she just spins around in a whole bunch of circles before entering back into the TC. And the character rejoining the game is Flower? That segment of the episode lasted so long that the challenge lasts only a minute. Leafy proceeds to make a Blue's Clues reference before teleporting herself to Yoyo Land. Oh wait, Leafy also won! Fiery tries to get Flower's attention by getting her to look at a bug. Flower smushes the bug before the bridge cracks down on them, and Leafy has to save Fiery but not Flower since Flower is a toy. That causes another death trap for this season, in which Bommy has a ridiculously long hose leading up to his eventual bombing point, to where he eventually blows up and Spongy falls on the announcer. For occasions like this, Fiery has his Fiery speaker box, and Flower has her Flower speaker box. The votes saw a decrease this time, with 844 people voting. The cake this time is a giant yoil cake! Can you tell I'm recording this segment at 12 a.m.? Since Flower and Rocky had very close votes, they decided to get some water in, and boom. Oh yeah, Rocky is eliminated. The prizes for getting this far into the show is getting houses. Today's challenge is a 2.5 minute long trek into a volcano. The challenge here is to escape the volcano, and if you die, you always have the Master Recovery Center at the back. Leafy jumps into lava. Bubble also does. Oh, and Spongy. And Flower. In fact, this is a cycle that they repeat, although they use one of Spongy's deaths. Leafy has to suffer one more, and they all quickly try to get out of the volcano. Flower's tangent ends when she gets eaten by a fire monster. Although disaster has struck, the volcano has started erupting. In the end, Fire gets eaten by a fish monster, Flower, Spongy, Leafy, and Bubble, and some recommended characters die from the volcano erupting. But the Master Recovery Center somehow doesn't. They have no clue who to give immunity to with these record-breaking contestants. They both decide to give it to their respective owners. Fiery and Flower speaker box need the tiny loser chamber to be fixed. We're at the metal melting furnace, so you can jump right in and help us fix it. Oh, and also kill a whole lot of characters. Oh, hey Ice Cube, what are you doing here? Holes in the TLC? More like holes in our kill count. Next up is Metal Fiery, who gets pushed in by Flower, but they have some debate on who should go in next, and turns out all three of y'all are going in next. At the local cake at stake, the announcer returns by popping on Bubble.
Hey guys, I'm back. Who's this? An imposter?
Turns out a lot of clones of the announcer are here, including this flying one and my favorite, the Cheese Orb! And this one that throws around spike balls. 816 people voted, which might be close to our kill count today. Today's cake is Cheese Orb, who will be counted. Today's eliminated contestant is Spongy. Today's challenge is every single lover challenge put into one. Flower kills Fire in a very nostalgic way. Flower gets a higher confirmed kill count by popping Bubble. Afterwards, Leafy is sucked underwater before getting eaten by a big fish. We have a great special. Fiery is about to land into the water and Leafy rushes over to save him, but they both end up dying. Flower ends up being Fiery's later detriment. From there on out, the episode basically turns into a montage of other challenges. Basically, every single one that's been featured throughout the show. Apparently, Flower and Fiery managed to reach this point too. When one of Flower's heavy petals lands on the ground, Leafy accidentally steps on the delete pole thing. Well, Fiery reaches down into lava and survives. He ends up dying from water and Flower dies from fire. Let's start up some drama. We do, however, score at least 2 more kills, with Flower getting Leafy into lava, and Bubble just flat out throwing Flower into some. But Bubble has a create poll button that she can use to win this final challenge.
Hey, wait. So if there's an announcer recovery center now, we can kill the announcer as much as we want, and he'll still come back to give us Dream Island.
Oh yeah.
Flower is demanding an apology from Bubble for not giving her immunity. After apologizing to Flower for Bubble, she gets on Fiery's Ferris wheel. This is the location that changes the entire series, when we get to Fiery's Firefall that he equipped on here. And this is the line.
No, give me all of this thing.
Eventually, Leafy dies from the series-changing event. It's cake at stake time, but we haven't even gotten to the stakes, the vote count, to see if the announcer will cancel BFDI or not.
Hey guys, for a prank, place an announcer recovery center next to a trampoline. Then throw Spongy onto the trampoline. After that, kill the announcer. It's a fun, easy way to create the ultimate prank.
This program was brought to you by Blocky's Funny Doings International.
Please donate money to the No More Advertisements Foundation to prevent ads like these from appearing in TV shows. We think that ads are boring, frustrating, disgusting, and irritating. Don't you too? If you donate $1, you'll get a bumper sticker. Donate $5 and you'll receive our subscription magazine, which includes loads of information on our latest products. Donate $100 and we'll put your name in our next movie called The Fight Against Commercials. Go check that one out too. It's time to end advertisements.
I love the shoes so hot. They're totally in style these days. Like Flower wore them this one time. So like they must be good.
So what? That was almost 2 years ago. No one wears non-slip shoes so hot anymore.
Oh my gosh, you don't know anything. You're purple.
Racist! Get this guy out of here.
So yeah, bye now.
You don't.
Eventually, they received fewer votes than last time, so BFDI is officially cancelled. Flower then starts a public safety hazard by unleashing an entire horde of bugs. Their first victims are everyone in the TLC. Alright, cool down. and then an entire horde of recommended characters. I guess the death just doesn't stop. They encounter a problem when they approach a cliff. They then decide to jump over it, only for Flower to die from a meteorite that's heading down towards Earth. Although Fiery does try to stop them, one grows big and eventually eats him. That then causes an entire fire breakout and a whole lot to die. That's way too many, and we do not know how many there are. On Verchase, the announcer reveals that he actually made the bugs and just pops Bubble, before he eventually gets to a delete bugs button and just deletes all of them. Luckily, David's immune to bugs, so now the announcer can make a 42-legged David. Our last cake is a red velvet cake, recommended by Total Drama Island 5543. First of all, this hilarious Bubble David is safe. The next order of business is making sure our resident dead David is safe. And eventually, Leafy is confirmed to be safe with 125 votes. That means Flower is eliminated with a record-breaking 524 votes. Apparently they faked their deaths, but I'm still counting them. And eventually, the announcer starts a 3-minute-long flashback, which I'm gonna completely skip over. However, Flower has her ways, and eliminates many random objects, including the sun, this random tiny loser. Oh, crap, they're all free. Oh, nope, not anymore. Eventually, she then frees herself from the entire world until she's eliminated. And then that proceeds by showing us the final 3 of BFDI, all of whom were on different teams. Oh, second season? 1,000 votes? Alright, let's go!
I forgot to give you your rewards.
Huh?
Rewards for getting into the final 3.
Another reward? I love rewards! So what are the rewards?
Anything you ask for.
Anything.
Absolutely anything.
Well, I wish for world peace.
Wish granted.
But you didn't do anything.
I think the world is peaceful enough. Moving on. Bubble.
I want some yo-yo cake.
Oh, sorry, Bubble, but that doesn't fit in our budget. Wish denied. On to Fiery.
I want my life's earnings back.
Sorry, I already spent it.
On what?
Your new recovery centers.
Wow, thanks. Wait, you didn't buy these because you care about us, do you?
Nope.
Then why'd you do it?
So I could do this. And this. And this. What's this?
My opinion on the season finale is, yeah? What is it now? I see you are taking the word with the place of the episode number. This is it. Message, no coincidence. The final cake of the show is a grand cake. And we have full stakes. We're at the season finale and we're about to announce the winner. After so long, the eliminated contestants are let out of the TL Murder Sea. Anyways, we had 870 votes. The most, but not enough to grant Season 2. The contestants have to place a bet on who the winner is, and they all decide to choose Leafy, except for a few of them.
OMG, Bubble.
But the viewers ultimately decided that Fiery wins Battle for Dream Island, and ultimately, he decides to let everyone in. Even Coiny. But everyone except Leafy. You see, because she said that thing about wanting to get off the Ferris wheel, that somehow hurt his feelings. Because of that, Leafy decides to call the announcer so she can buy Dream Island. Everyone is flabbergasted that Dream Island is gone and that Fiery is a stupid idiot dummy head. Mostly for just realizing that conflict is pretty stupid when you get to thinking about it. Before they decide to start to search for Dream Island, Flower decides to die. Eventually, UFO comes in and just kidnaps 4 of them out of nowhere. Because Flower is a mother... She decides to start a rampage. That rampage in question is basically destroying every single recovery center that she lays her eyes on. Up in the UFO, we have Tennis Ball, Snowball, Match, and Woody. They eventually find an off switch. The first person they ask is Leafy, who very obviously had the certificate. Apparently, the UFOs announced her transportation device, explaining all these weird speaker boxes. While Flower is destroying every single recovery center, they finally find out that Leafy stole Dream Island. Obviously, Leafy and Fiery could have controlled this better, like, they could have just forgave each other after thinking about it for a bit. Eventually, Leafy starts turning all evil. It's a football! Since Flower's gotten rid of every single recovery center, she can murder basically about anyone, and her first target for permanent elimination is Bubble. But eventually, Flower gets her own karma when she's crushed by the UFO. While inside the UFO, Woody apparently died from a fear of Gray. Now the announcer is with the rest of his brethren, including Big Purple Guy, Teardrop Speaker Box, Weird Speaker Box, and all these other weird speaker boxes, so now they can fly off into space. They still need to murder Leafy. Since she stole Dream Island, they need to find a murder device. Well, apparently they still have Flower's announcer crusher. Here it is. Now all we need to do is place a leaf in the crushing zone and boom. But Fiery comes in to save her after realizing what he did was wrong. And while Golf Ball is flabbergasted, the season ends with a shot of Fiery and Leafy heading off into the sunset.
Hey, Matt, wouldn't it be weird if the very first and very last spoken words of BFDI were the same? Yeah.
How many people died in the battle for Dream Island? Well, let's just find out, but I gotta see our vote results. Oh, wait a minute. 1,625. I can't discern who will get eliminated right now, but I will make sure at the numbers. Alright. Although we're at the numbers, I'm not going to tell you how many people actually died throughout the entire season yet. First off, let's do some statistics / whatever you want to call it. Anyways, Bubble died 32 times. All of them were from being popped, so yeah. Ice Cube died 98 times, mostly due to that prank that eventually went outside the prank, which I would count. Alright. All of them were from being shattered, although they had from some different methods. From nickels, from pranks, or from a giant bowling ball from your best friend, who you want to get revenge on. Wait, what? Other contestants died individually 89 times. This includes the announcer and the cheese orb, so, yeah. All of those are pretty varied to say the least, although some of them are being burnt to death, some of them are from extinguishing, drowning, being quartered, or from Amethyst flamethrower reasons. And the remainder of them came from heavily euthanized group deaths, or, yeah, euthanized is probably a bad word, heavily utilized group deaths, or from recommended characters, so, yeah. All in all, a record-breaking 930 people died in Battle for Dream Island Season 1, which makes Time Heroes have a run for its money. So, anyways, yeah. Want to know the averages now? Alright. With a season of 25 episodes, that meant each episode had an average of 37.2 kills. Jesus Christ. And since the season in total had a runtime of 230 minutes, that came out on average 1 kill every 14.84 seconds. Alright, you think I'm gonna give Amethyst Flamethrower to Flower being crushed by the UFO? Although as satisfying as that was, my choice will make sense in a second. I'm gonna give it to Woody. It was pretty emotional for the people who could actually relate to him, and plus, we never see this method anywhere else. Also, although it was off screen, that's actually a favor for this death. Broken Pistol has a field day of options. I'm not even gonna get into any of the other options I could have chose, but my ultimate choice for Broken Pistol had to narrow down to Bubble Death number 31. Yeah, and that's it. Battle for Dream Island Season 1 was released in between 2010 and 2012 on the Jack and Jellyfy YouTube channel. Although seen as unrevolutionary at the time, BFDI would soon see popularity in the 2020s. And I hope that goes for the rest of the decade, as it's 2023 now. Happy New Year! I'm not James A. Janice, and this has been a parody.
This program was brought to you by Blocky's Funny Doings International.
We have to escape!
That's easy for you to say. You left the tiny loser chamber in episode 9.
Thanks a lot for watching this insanely long parody. As you can tell by the runtime, this is the longest proper kill count, as I know there are some that are longer, but those are kind of improper, so not to be mean to those people, but y'all can get better, I assure you. Anyways, BFDI was kind of like one of those shows that I was obsessed with, and I still kind of am now, although not as active in the object show community. Anyways, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. Kill count schedule. As you saw in the community post, the remainder of Roblox clips will be posted up until January 15th, and Roblox clips Undead City on January 20th, but on January 15th, I will be covering this first season of Haluva Boss. That's only about 2 weeks away, so I hope I can get it out by then. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and if you found this channel through this video, welcome.